Calling all Felix fans, come with me as I dive into this latest Chapter 8, Bear Business. Prepare to be enchanted by the captivating adventures of this iconic feline, Felix the Cat. I'm so glad you joined me today. We're going to be reading Chapter 8, Bear Business. When the big circus guy found out that Felix and Danny had filled the empty elephant, he generously gave them a ticket to the circus and set them to work on another job.
Oh boy,
Danny chuckled.
the circus manager said he'd give us another ticket to the show if we sweep out the animal tent.
This sure is a dusty job,
Coughed Felix.
First we haul water, then we handle dirt. Next, we'll make mud pies to pay for tickets.
Bosco the bear stood by, unnoticed, until he gave a great sneeze.
Oh my gosh,
Yelled Danny.
look at that bear. We swept dirt all over him.
Here's where we lose our ticket.
Felix cried.
It's no use. Luck is against us.
Danny was scared out of his wits. He threw down his broom and ran out of the circus tent.
Let's scram.
He shouted as he went.
We'll catch it from the manager.
Ah, kid, wait a minute,
Begged Felix.
we didn't finish our job.
But Danny wouldn't even stop to listen. He only doubled his speed.
Nix on waiting.
He called.
He'll finish us.
Gosh!
Felix stood by the tent and watched Danny disappear. Over the bend in the road. He tried calling again, but it was no use. Danny was too far away to hear him, and he would not come back if he did hear. Felix gave up.
But I won't run away,
He said positively.
I'm sticking by the job. Cleaning up is the job I got, and cleaning up is what I'm gonna do.
Back into the tent went Felix. Poor Bosco stood in the same place, all covered with dirt.
Something has to be done about this.
Felix decided, looking carefully about. He soon found what he wanted. A piece of rope. He tied this around the bear's neck and led him away.
I'll have him dry cleaned. That will fix him up like new,
Smiled the cat. Up and down the main street, Felix led Bosco the bear till he found what he was seeking. On a store window, he read the sign. Furrier. Furs cleaned.
Here's the place,
Said Felix, giving the rope a yank.
Oh yeah?
Questioned the bear.
Oh yeah.
Answered the cat.
That is, unless you want to go around looking like a floor mop or a fur rug. Do you?
Nope, admitted Bosco the bear.
Then in we go.
And Felix led the bear into the shop. The place seemed to be empty. At least there was no one in this room.
The boss must be busy,
The cat decided.
I'll wait here.
They waited for what seemed to be hours, and then Felix decided to go and look up the boss.
You wait here,
He told the bear.
Okay.
Said Bosco. The boss had been showing a customer some furs in the display room, and now he came back while Felix was searching in another part of the store. With the boss
came his lady customer. The lady went up to the big brown fur she saw and gave it a hearty pinch. "Why didn't you show this one before?" she demanded. "But, madame," protested the furrier, "I never saw it before myself." Felix had told Bosco to wait, and the bear had done as he was told. But Felix had not told him he was to stand still while some husky person gave him a big pinch. "Huh?" asked Bosco, and turned about to investigate what was going on behind his back. "It's alive!" screamed the woman and clutched the furrier about the neck. "Save me! Help! Please!" "You're choking me," grunted the furrier, trying to get loose. Felix heard the screams and came back to Bosco. "What's going on here?" he asked. "Did you bite that woman?" "Bite? Nothing," rumbled the angry bear. "She pinched me." The furrier now began to stroke Bosco's fur. "Pie chimney," he chuckled. "It would make a fine coat at that." Carefully, he patted the fur, and a cloud of dust came up in his face. "It needs cleaning. Too," he sneezed. "But it's a nice coat." Bosco felt he had endured just about enough by this time. His fur had been called a floor mop and a fur rug, and now that bozo was saying it would make a fur coat. "Oh, yeah?" Bosco knocked the man down and stood on his chest. "Get him off!" screamed the man. "I take it back." "Take it back yourself," Felix called. "He belongs to the circus. I choose the nearest exit." By this time, Bosco began to realize that it was Felix the cat who had swept the dirt on him and got him into this mess. He jumped off the furrier's chest and raced after Felix. "Gosh!" cried Felix, running for his life. "Danny was right! Scram is the word!" And Felix scrammed. And that's the end of Chapter 8. I hope you'll join me next time for Chapter 9. Danny's poor pop. Something's happening to Danny's dad, I guess. Well, we'll see you next time for Chapter 9. Hit the bell so you know when I read. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.